Not what we're looking for. Wish you the best. Keep writing. That's the third one this week. I got rejected again.
They're all saying the same thing, Amara. Maybe it's time to admit it, you're not good enough.
No, I am good enough. I just need more time, more practice.
You've been saying that for years. You'll never be like those real writers. Just quit already.
I'm tired of listening to you. You need to get out of my head already. I am good enough.
Why are you looking this way? Let me guess. Another we regret to inform you? You need to stop letting those emails control your entire mood.
It's hard not to. It feels like every no is confirming what I already suspect.
What? That you're not good enough? That your dreams are too big? Amara, I've read your writing. You've made me cry. Twice. That's not easy. I'm like a stone emotionally.
You really are.
Look, success doesn't come to people who wait until they're sure. It comes to people who move forward even while doubting themselves. You think those best-selling authors didn't get rejections? They probably used them as coasters.
But what if they're right? What if I'm just mediocre?
Then get better. You're not made of glass, Amara. You're made of grit. And stop listening to that nasty little voice in your head. It's not your truth. It's your fear.
You will embarrass yourself. I've told you, you are not good enough.
No, I'm done shrinking to fit into someone else's approval.
Then start here. Write something tonight. Not for the publishers. Not for the critics. For you. You believe in stories, Amara. Now write the one where you're the main character who refuses to give up.
Okay, I'll write it. And I'll send it. And maybe they'll reject it again. But I won't reject myself anymore.
Tonight. No backing out this time. Amara, you've been sitting on that poem for weeks. It's time to let people hear it. This isn't about perfection. It's about power. Your power.
I know you're right. But the thought of standing up there, heart pounding, strangers staring at me, what if my voice shakes? What if I forget the words? What if I choke?
You won't choke. You'll breathe, speak, and stand in your truth. Look, confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's doing the thing despite the fear. Everyone starts somewhere. You're not expected to roar like Maya Angelou on day one. Just whisper with meaning.
It's not just the stage, Terry. It's the shame. Like, who do I think I am? Standing in front of a room, thinking my words matter?
You're someone who has something to say. That's all it takes. Think about all the people who feel the same self-doubt, the same fear. They need to see someone rise above it. Let your courage speak for them too.
So maybe, it's not even about me.
Exactly. It's about connection, empathy, healing. Your voice might crack, but it might crack someone else open in the best way.
Okay, I'll do it. Just don't let me chicken out last minute.
Deal. I'll be there, front row, silently cheering, or loudly if you want chaos.
Amara visits her mentor before the open mic event.
Open mic night, wow. I'm proud of you already. That's not a small step. That's a leap.
I thought I'd feel excited, but I feel like throwing up. My stomach hasn't stopped flipping since noon.
Ah. That flutter in your chest? That isn't fear, my dear. That's your body preparing for flight, not flight away, but flight forward. You were not meant to be grounded. You've always had wings.
But what if they don't get it? What if I stand up there and all I feel is silence?
There may be silence. But remember, silence doesn't always mean indifference. Sometimes it means they're listening. Really listening. And if you touch just one person, if one soul sees their reflection in your words, that is enough.
Sometimes I still hear that voice telling me I'm not good enough, that my stories don't matter.
Then speak louder than that voice. Make it tremble with your truth. You hold power, Amara. Don't let shadows steal your light. Now go. Let the world meet the woman behind the words.
Thank you, mentor.
Next up, we have a first-time performer. Everyone, please welcome Amara.
You got this.
Hi, I'm Amara. I've always written quietly, in notebooks, margins, the Notes app. Tonight, I'm trying something terrifying, sharing aloud. This piece is about fear, about hearing the word no so often, you start to believe it, about waking up and wondering if anything you create matters. It's also about breaking that silence. So here it is, my voice, as it is, unfiltered, imperfect, honest. I was taught to whisper dreams into pillows, not speak them into rooms. I used to write poems in the dark, hoping they would stay hidden, like secrets between me and the page, because what if the world read them, and didn't care? I swallowed my voice so many times, it began to taste like guilt. I told myself, someone else has said it better, someone else is smarter, someone else is more worthy. So I became someone else. But you can only stay small for so long before your soul starts to ache from bending. There's a scream in silence that only dreamers recognize. It comes in the form of a sigh after a long day, a stare at the ceiling at 2 a.m., a notebook filled with could have beens. But tonight, I am done apologizing for my voice. This is me, unfolding. This is me, trembling but trying. I've learned that confidence doesn't arrive first, it follows. It waits behind fear like the sunrise waits behind night. You just have to keep walking toward it, one shaky step, one imperfect word at a time. I used to pray to be invisible. Now, I pray for courage to be seen. If you're out there hiding, shrinking, doubting, let this be your mirror. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to tell your story. You are allowed to believe in your own voice, even when it shakes. Because someone out there is waiting to hear the exact truth you're afraid to share. And if I can stand here, heart pounding, hands shaking, so can you. This is me, speaking.
Few minutes later.
I hope at the end we all find ways to overcome our fears. You are not meant to be chosen. You are meant to be seen. Thank you.
That's my girl. We love you, Amara.
Wow, that, right there, was not just poetry. That was truth. That was liberation. Can we get another round of applause for Amara?
Did you feel that? She didn't just speak. She shook something in me.
Do you have a moment?
Yeah, sure.
That poem. I've been coming to this open mic for 2 years. I've heard everything, love, loss, politics, but nothing like what you did tonight. That was real.
Thanks. I wasn't sure if I should even go up there. I wrote that poem 5 months ago. I was scared it would sound desperate.
Desperate? Amara, you gave voice to what so many of us feel but can't articulate. You said what we whisper in our journals. That's bravery.
I was shaking the entire time. My mind kept saying, sit down, let someone else speak.
And you still got up. That's the part most people never reach. You faced the voice in your head, and chose your truth instead.
I've spent most of my life trying not to take up too much space. Being invisible felt safe.
But being seen, truly seen, feels like freedom, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yo, Amara, I didn't know you were a whole spoken word queen out here.
What?
You're going viral, girl. Somebody posted your set from last night. Over 80,000 views. People in the comments are saying they cried.
Wow, I don't even know what to say.
Say thank you, and get ready. You're not just a writer anymore. You're a voice.
Amara on a podcast show.
We're live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Unspoken Strength. Today's guest is someone who, frankly, blew up the internet with one of the most honest and raw performances I've seen in years. Amara Adebayo, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jenna. I'm honored to be here, still a little surprised, to be honest.
You and about 200,000 others who've watched your poem. I think what's so striking is how quiet it was. You weren't shouting, you weren't angry, it was calm, but it hit like a thunderclap. What was going through your head in that moment?
Honestly, I was terrified. Every word felt like a risk. I kept thinking, who am I to say this? Why would anyone care? But then I remembered what it felt like to need someone else to say what I couldn't. I thought, maybe someone out there needs this.
That voice in our heads, we all know it. The one that says we're not good enough, not ready. Where does yours come from?
It started early. I was the quiet kid, the people pleaser. I learned to read rooms more than I read books. Always scanning, always shrinking. I thought staying small would protect me, but it only starved me.
That's powerful. You said something in your poem, "The silence I wear is stitched from 1,000 swallowed no's." That line, people quoted in the comments. What did you mean by that?
I meant that every time I said yes when I wanted to say no, every time I let someone else take credit, every time I hid behind politeness, I was sewing that silence like a garment. We wear our compromises. They shape how we move. And at some point, I realized I couldn't breathe in that skin anymore.
Damn. We wear our compromises. That's staying with me. But you're here now, you're speaking. Has the fear gone away?
Not even close. I still get nervous. I still wonder if I'm being too much. But now I speak with the fear. I carry it like a friend, not a master.
That's a mindset shift. A liberation, really. And it shows. So, what's next for you?
I'm still figuring it out. I'm putting together a collection of poems. Maybe I'll call it Soft Armor, I don't know. But more than that, I want to help others find their voice. Maybe do workshops, have a bookstore, speak in schools, create a safe space for stories that never make the stage.
I'd sign up for that in a heartbeat. Before we close, if someone's listening right now, feeling like they're not enough, what would you say to them?
I'd say, your voice matters, even if it trembles. Your story is valid, even if it's messy. You don't have to roar to be heard. Just begin, softly, quietly, imperfectly, but begin.
That right there is why I do this show. Thank you, Amara. Truly.
Thank you for making space for voices like mine.
Amara final speech about overcoming self-doubt.
When I first picked up this mic, I didn't think I deserved it. I thought my words weren't sharp enough, my voice too soft, my story too ordinary. I believed that if I didn't roar, I wouldn't be heard. That if I wasn't perfect, I had no right to speak. Pauses, scanning the crowd. I was wrong. Doubt doesn't scream, it whispers. It sits in the quiet corners of your mind and says, "You're not ready. You're not enough." They'll laugh. They'll leave. And I listened. For years, I let fear braid itself into my decisions. I shrank. I made myself small in rooms I should have stood tall in. I said yes to things that buried me, and no to things that could have freed me. But the truth is, self-doubt isn't the enemy. Silence is. Crowd shifts quietly, listening deeper now. Doubt will always show up. Before the stage, before the test, before the decision that could change everything. It's not about erasing doubt. It's about learning to speak anyway. To say, I am scared, but I am still going. I don't feel ready, but I am still worthy. I don't have it all figured out, but I still matter. Because believing in yourself doesn't look like confidence all the time. Sometimes, it looks like trembling hands, shaky breaths, a single word whispered into the dark. And still, you speak. She steps forward. Her voice grows firmer. So here's what I know now. Sparkles. You don't need everyone to believe in you. Just you. Sparkles. You don't need to be fearless. Just brave enough to try. Sparkles. You don't need to have it all together. Just start where you are. Every time you show up for yourself, even with your doubts, you are rewriting the story you were taught to believe. You are proof that softness is not weakness. That quiet does not mean invisible. That your voice, yes, yours, can change the room. So if you're listening to this, if you're still hiding in the shadows of your own potential, if you're still waiting for permission, let this be it. This is your sign to believe again. In your voice, in your power, in your story, in your becoming. Because the world doesn't just need louder voices, it needs truer ones. Beat and yours, it's enough. The lights fade to black.